Hello. So there was a recent graphics update released as part of Update 31 in Elder Scrolls, and recently, as in over 2 months ago, but I am just getting around to this, so ignore the minor details. This video walks you through the process of how I go about painting digital compositions, and hopefully I can entertain you long enough to stay for the entirety of the video. Once again, it would be awesome if you guys could show appreciation by leaving a like or comment on the video, because this project took me right under 11 hours to complete. I am first starting this project in Elder Scrolls, attempting to find the most beautiful landscape or scenery that I can find to showcase the new graphics. I first thought of the snow in Hrothgar and how great it would be, and then I realized I refused to pay another monthly subscription, so I went to the DLC I did have purchased. I tried to recreate the loading screen for Western Skyrim as a form of nostalgia and a personal challenge of manhood. Let's just say after 30 minutes of running around Solitude and swimming in the ocean trying to get the right angle, I am still a boy. Feeling defeated, I went to Plan B. Not the pill, but Somerset. The loading screen was exactly what I wanted to achieve. I thought the castle in Alinor would be perfect. So I made my way to the most magical place in Tamriel, trying different angles along my route. I had second guesses on my choice of venue when I saw the landscape to the right of the bridge I was on. Being the expert photographer I am, I took this opportunity to capture both shots. Of course, I struggled with screenshot mode, and then I struggled with first person, and then I struggled with my HDR settings, and to even make the experience more authentic, I had to wait on a passerby to, pass by. After capturing the footage and screenshots in-game, I was finally able to begin the process in Photoshop. The tools I used for this design was Photoshop CS6 because, once again, I refused to pay another monthly subscription, and a Huion GT220 drawing tablet. I noticed that the capture was washed out, so I adjusted the photo to match my HDR settings in-game. I was deciding between the two shots, and it led to a question. Do I want to do an insane amount of detail that may or may not turn out? Or play it safe and do a landscape that will most likely be easier? This also led to another string of questions. Am I a loser? Why am I doing this? Do I have nothing better to do? So that settles it. I chose the Disney Castle and went to work making a grid with guidelines. I set a neutral Sweden gray as the background to get a better idea of my colors when I lay them down. I draw some lines that look like shapes and stuff, I guess. I start to get the general idea of where all the objects go with basic shapes a first grader would know. Circles, squares, dodecagons. These eventually tricked my brain into saying, yeah, I guess that looks like a castle. I suppose at this point it is important to acknowledge that I'm looking off of a reference on another window. I would be doing better things with my life if this was all from memory. So there isn't an awkward silence. I'm going to let you know I am not going to talk in this section and let you admire my line work. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I am now blocking in the colors that I see to get a better feel of 3 dimensions, and once again to play tricks on my brain. At this point, I am still not 100% convinced that these black lampposts belong in this piece, but I am trying to push through it and see how they will work out. Depending on the style of artist, a person may leave the colors flat and unblended, with a sharp contrast in outline to show a more cartoon or anime style like you will see in a bit. I like to take my paintings a bit further and blend as smoothly as possible to achieve that realistic look. I prefer realism to cartoon, but that's just preference like anything else. I make sure not to add too many details in this stage, since I am just blocking in color at the time. A good example of this is this giant boulder on the right side. I am keeping it as abstract as possible while laying down color, because I know most of that is small details anyways. In this stage, I blend the blocked in colors to establish the base layer of the painting. The size of the brush decreases, and I increase the opacity to create smaller details. I was experimenting different techniques with the rock that I would carry over on the rest of the project. I began to work my way around the painting with the same method as the rock, but had to zoom in because I was going blind. I believe these rails are the hardest part of the painting. They are probably made out of a combination metal of steel, stainless steel, and brass. I'm working on the background some now. It's good to keep these details minimal and objects less saturated the further they are from the viewer. It is the exact opposite for things that are closer in your field of view. Closer objects tend to express more detail and are more saturated or vivid in color, such as the handrails or the tower on the left-hand side. I am finishing up all the minor details for the towers and rocks and stuff, and I proceed to add clouds to the background on a layer underneath my painted layer. This ties it all together, but I still feel like something is missing. It is a little too clean and crisp for my liking, so I duplicated and merged all of the layers into one, and added a noise overlay on the design to add a sense of realism. It probably did nothing, I don't really know. After 11 hours and some tears, this is the final image, along with a side-by-side comparison to the original screenshot taken in-game. If you appreciated the artwork, or even enjoyed a fraction of your time watching the video, please let me know.